Hello, welcome to my presentation on LFM Capital. That is where I interned for the past semester for my HOD capstone internship, and that was in spring of 2025. All right, so a bit about LFM Capital. Is a wonderful place to work. I had an incredible semester. I loved every day going into work. I was there 4 or 5 days a week, about 32 hours a week. And LFM Capital is a lower middle market private equity firm focusing on manufacturing companies. So any company that has a manufacturing component of its business or industrial services businesses, sometimes those that are geared towards manufacturing end markets. They are led by operators and engineers. It's a unique quality about them. The name LFM actually comes from the Leaders for Manufacturing, joint engineering and business graduate program at MIT, and that's where several of the founding partners attended. So everyone has this really unique hands-on ability to understand where operators, how they think about running their businesses in the manufacturing sector. And that was definitely a highlight of my experience is working with people who were so intelligent and had such unique work experience that they could actually go and look at one of their portfolio companies from the perspective of an operator in terms of how they would set up their factories, how they would manage inventory, things that are much more intuitive to someone who actually has experience running a business than someone who might just be someone more on the finance side. So we can see here some of their portfolio companies. In the top left, you'll notice that word Marcy. That is their most recent acquisition. It was really unique that I was able to be there for pretty much the entire process of that deal from when it was first pitched in a Monday morning meeting to the indication of interest to the LOI, all the way through the closing, which happened last week. That was the last platform acquisition by LFM in several years. So really, really exciting experience. A little bit about what I did. So I alluded to that Monday morning meeting. So basically, I had to miss those meetings because of my capstone class. But every morning on Mondays, there'd be a huge team meeting with everybody there. And that is when deals are presented, prospective deals. And a lot of what I was doing is I would actually receive the SIMs, which are basically 50, 60 page documents outlining what a company does. And I would get those and I would have to condense that into a quick one-page summary, which would be presented at the Monday morning meeting. In addition to that, I also was using our CRM, which is Altia, which is a Salesforce product, to kind of organize the new companies that we were onboarding and also new contacts that we would get just to ensure that our direct um, sourcing process was being streamlined. I also got some cool opportunities to work with portfolio companies on a few different one-off tasks. For example, one of them was preparing for an audit and like a regular internal audit, and I actually was able to go through their balance sheet and make some adjustments based off the changes in value to PP&E that was being depreciated. So that was a cool hands-on opportunity. And I also got to work on a very live deal that is currently under IOI. Um, and so that was a transformer maintenance equipment manufacturing business that I helped research and actually create a memo for that was presented to IC and actually helped come up with the valuation for as well. Um, in terms of my contributions to the broader society, that could be seen in my HOD projects, the Map Systems project, where my group thought about how AI could be used by investment managers, my learning challenge, where I discussed my experience training for the National Marathon, and of course, my human-centered design project, which probably has the most clear implications for outside of my own experience. So my human-centered design project was helping to build a playbook basically for how our company would manage new talent acquisition. We would usually have this old system where there'd be a ton of resumes kind of flying around and not really well kept track of. And I helped design and implement a new process where we would basically receive candidates' resume, put them into our CRM, then send out a survey, which got some important information on them in terms of their role preferences, their geographic willingness to move around, and some other stuff as well. And then putting some of that information to a new database, which we would then connect with a database for our portfolio companies in terms of the new openings that they had, and then we could use that to match people up. And obviously, this has the broader impact of people that are looking for jobs may now have a better chance of getting it because we have a better system now for matching up our portfolio company needs with the talent that is available in the system. And I just want to take a second to thank all the wonderful people at LFM who helped make my internship so great. Can't put everyone there, although I would love to. Jessica was the head of business development. She was a really awesome person to work under. David actually left the firm while I was there, but he was an awesome guy, made every day fun. Katie was my supervisor. Definitely my biggest shout out goes out to her. It was awesome. Every week we would have a weekly check-in, and that was certainly a highlight and helped keep me geared towards success. And of course, Lexi, a Vanderbilt graduate herself, former HOD major. Always awesome to have someone, another Commodore around, and someone who is about my age and could kind of make things more fun. So that was my experience at LFM Capital. It was an incredible internship. I learned a ton about private equity. I learned a lot about myself, my own work process, and I hope to hear more about the company and the next intern that they hire.